Look, if dating's got you down, we're here to let you in on a little secret. It happens to everyone. So right now we're breaking down some A-listers who've also come down with a case of the bad date. Let's get into it. Bad dates. We've all been there, done that. But believe it or not, the dating pond is pretty similar within the likes of Hollywood, proving that no matter what your celebrity status is, no one is safe. While dating has become much more prominent and normalized online in the digital age, take it from Khloe Kardashian, who long before her marriage to Lamar Odom or settling down with baby daddy Tristan Thompson, found herself in a bind during a virtual video date. She opened up to E! News about her date's mishap back in 2013, saying, quote, "I met this guy in New York and we stayed connected as friends, and then one time I was on iChat and I am with him and a naked girl walks in the background and all of a sudden the computer just shuts, like stops. And then he texted me an hour later like, 'Sorry, that was my sister.' And I was like,
Yeah, right.
Sister or not, that is pretty twisted, and we're just glad that Khloe made a run for the hills immediately after the chat quote unquote crashed. Justin Bieber's date was also rather messy, literally, as he recalled a time back when he was 16, saying quote, "I took a girl out for a first date to an Italian restaurant and spilled spaghetti all over her. It was terrible and embarrassing. She never went out with me again." Well, it seems this marinara mayhem happened for a reason, as Justin is now happily married to wife Hailey Bieber. Although not the best date she's ever had, Tiffany Haddish would have been in the right place at the right time during a night out that resulted in some unwanted chores, explaining to TMZ that she went on a date with a guy to wash his clothes. Yeah, she went on to explain the bizarre request, saying, quote, "He said we're going to dinner, and we got dinner, and then we went to the laundry house and washed his clothes." She further reflected on her outing, popping back to the outlet's reporter, "It was horrible. I'm no damn maid." On the bright side, Tiffany's date definitely scored a 10 out of 10 in personal hygiene. Moving right along, some bad dates consist of being straight up ghosted and never heard from again, while Billie Eilish's worst date involved being a little too blunt when sharing a first kiss. She caught up with Howard Stern back in 2019 and detailed the time she was told her kiss just wasn't good. Take a look.
He kissed me and then he said, "That was not as magical as I thought it was gonna be."
Things got even worse as Billy described this guy as being super rich, to which his butler, who was sitting and waiting in a different theater, immediately took him home, leaving Billy stranded at the theater. Mind you, this was all one day before Valentine's Day, but it's safe to assume Billy got her revenge and then some.
So you
Dude
gotta
is
be.
hella ugly now.
You know what?
We love to hear it. Thankfully, Ariana Grande's date didn't run for the hills following a kiss gone wrong, but the aftermath of hers was much more gruesome. Back in 2017, Ari opened up about the moment she'll never forget, saying, quote, "A few years ago, I was on a date, and when we were kissing, I suddenly got the worst ever nosebleed. We went back to his car to sort it out, and at the time, my friends walked past and saw me bleeding. They thought I was being killed." She really took bleeding love to a whole new level. While Lucy Hale opened up to Glamour about the time she caught her date texting another woman while out at dinner with her. But if we had to give the award for the actual worst date when referring to both the event and the actual human, Emma Watson might just take the cake. She opened up to The Telegraph back in 2013 about the time her date explained that when it comes to the people he surrounds himself with, he's definitely got a type. Emma recalled, quote, "The worst date I've ever been on was a guy who told me he couldn't be friends with fat people or anyone who was unattractive. I realized pretty quickly that he was a nutter and I had to get out as quickly as I could." Case in point, if you thought you had it bad when it comes to trying your luck in the dating pool, well, you're definitely not the only one. And to see why Billie Eilish defended her ex-boyfriend in her new documentary, click right over here for another clever video. Then be sure to let me know which of these you thought was the worst and any bad experiences you've had in the comment section below. I'm your host, Susan Morad. You can find me on Instagram at Susan_Morad. I'll catch you later. Bye guys.